Yeah, baby girl, you're so damn fine, though. Wanna know if I can hit it from behind, though. I'm sipping on you like some fine wine, though. When it's over, I press rewind, though. Talking bands, I got it. Benjamins in my pocket. I traded my truth for some robins, and he's playing better.
All right, what's going on, guys? I am the one, the only, the WOOKIE, fresh off the heels of the Albany Vault Tour, joined as always by one Mr. Big Z. What's up, Z?
Hey, just back in town. Had an amazing time at Albany. Kind of a little-ish place compared to the other places I've been for travel. Survival's a blast. I love the format. Unfortunately, for the third time in a row, my survival event ended the same way. I made it to my last deck on day one, and then it got eliminated immediately in round one of day two. So that is the next curse I need to break. My 4-2 championship continues. I still will continue to maintain.
Did you still go 4-2?
I did go 4-2.
Oh my.
So I'm on a lot of nuts decks. I have 3 nuts decks. I win my first game really fast. I don't remember if my opponent forged a key. I don't think he did. And then I go up in round 2 against a player named James. This is the first vault he's been, but I'm sure a lot of people, if you're frequenting the buy-sell trade sites, seen his name. So I read the deck list, and I was like, 3 battle fleets, key abduction, Nepseed, and I kind of giggled to myself. I was like, there's only about 10 people in the world that have a deck like this. I am one of them, so I just okay, I know exactly what I'm looking at. I've seen it, I have it, I own one. So I know I'm on the most brutal timer ever. My deck does come out real fast. I forged my first and second key almost immediately because I knew I'm sitting there, I'm rushing. And then I'm on check for a third key. And then, of course, the turn right before that, he played Nepseed.
Combo! Sorry.
Yep, Battlefleet, key abduction, Nepseed, key abduction, and that's the game. I was like, I shook hands. He felt real bad about it. I was like, dude, that's the deck. I'm very familiar with what happens. I've done it many, many times. Good game. I move on to my Battlefleet key abduction deck. Win the next 2 games doing the same thing that he had done. And then, so I actually won all of the next games until round 6. And I lost that game to put me at 4-2. So I never played my primary deck, my best deck, on day 1. So the first time I played it was on day 2. And I would not one of the people to talk about low roll, high roll. It was none of that. I misplayed. I missed a crucial card, and it was Kin Can's Blaster of all cards in this game to lose a game to. So he had my opponent. So I have on field 5 really big dinosaurs because I had double Tribune in play. Every amber on my dudes, giving them +4, and I had 3 amber on almost everyone. I had a daughter that was 6 power. And the turn before I basically lost the game, I go in, I see the board, and I kind of just for whatever reason, forget my deck was a control deck. I don't know what happened in that moment. But I should have fought into my opponent's creatures. Not only would that have put more amber on my dudes, making them even harder to kill, I would have cleared his side of the board and potentially stopped what happened next. But it actually wouldn't have stopped what happened next because mental error on my part, totally missed the one thing I needed to actually know. On my opponent's deck list, he had Kin Can's Blaster. His entire deck had no removal from field, no destruction, no bounce, other than this one card. On the field, the turn before this happens to me, I had 5 creatures I could have fought with, so I could have easily killed both of them. He had both of his Kin Cans, 2 Kin Cans in play, which I could have killed. And then, so I reaped out, past turn, he ends up drawing a card through an interaction of some card he played. And in one of the cards he drew was Kin Can's Blaster with 2 Kin Cans ready. So he plays Kin Can, archives one of my dudes, gets a bunch of amber. Reaps, archives another dude, gets a bunch of amber. Reaps, archives another one of my dude, gets a bunch of amber. And he does all this, and I have Graft in my deck, and I simultaneously not only completely whiffed on him having this card, didn't happen to have Graft in that moment. Either of those things happen. I just kill the things the turn before, or have Graft in hand. I probably win that game. I don't win the game, and I get knocked out. Which is why important, like the 2 minutes you get for the deck list are some of the most critical in the game. My deck, we even talked about it a little bit after the game. Like, my deck was highly advantaged against his, which after through what he was saying was one of the reasons why he went so high on his Amber. He knew he just had to be a little risky and go for it because of this scenario.
Yeah, and that's something we've talked about. I mean, I think, I don't remember who asked the question, but what was one thing that we could all do better as Keyforges to play better? And I said, take your time with that deck list.
Yes,
you get 2 minutes, use them all.
Mm-hmm.
Use every second of that 2 minutes, and it really makes sure, you know what's up. And here it is, paying. Well, in your case, not paying dividends. Kind of hitting you where it hurt a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe you did
the same advice, and I just got taken out. I know one of the things that I've normally done that any day I play in a vault, I didn't do that day. I normally don't sit down and play the deck I'm playing that day, but I will sit down and play just any game of Keyforge prior to my first game. That way my first game isn't like an actual main event vault game of that day. I didn't do that. I really wish I had. I can't say that would have helped me remember my opponent's card at that moment. But I do feel like getting just one game that does not matter at all out of the way does help as far as your first game of the day not being.
Just maybe kind of getting those pre-jitter bugs out. I mean, you've been to a ton of vault tours, and I've played in a bunch of tournaments, but there's always a little butterfly or two kind of.
Yeah, I mean, there's always something. Like, you can tell the people that are way nervous because they're literally shaking.
Well, I've been there.
Yeah,
I've been there at my first vault tour. I think the first 3 rounds. I mean, nothing against people who do have seizures, but I mean, I probably looked like I was having one. I was shaking pretty good, so
yeah, there's nothing.
It's fine. There's nothing wrong with being nervous.
We're human. Like, that's nerves. It's important to you. It's a thing.
Yeah.
My wife did make it past that round. That was the play-in round to top 32. So this is the second vault that she's been to where she's made it further than me. She got knocked out at top 32. Hers wasn't a whiff on her part, but she got really bad luck in her top 32 round. She was playing a 4 routine job deck, and at the very end, all she had to be able to do is get any steal, and she would have won the game. She had 5 cards remaining in deck, and 3 of those cards were routine jobs. Had she had any of them in hand, she would have won the game. But we talk about this a lot. Just sometimes Crucible is the way it is,
right?
And
that's
lose.
A brutal way to go down, and it's something we've often talked about. Like, a deck, and something that I guess we want to see, and we can kind of transition to some Vault Warrior stuff. Kind of want to see in Vault Warrior is maybe that best of 3, or there's nothing worse than having a low roll, and your opponent high rolls, but that maybe 90 out of 100 times your deck wins every time, and it's just like, ugh, what do you do? So
and that happens. Like, I don't think it was like that situation with her opponent and her deck, but her opponent just definitely said, like, I thought you had me. All you had to do was have any of them, and it wasn't happening. Like, sometimes that happens the way it happens. But yeah, I think adaptive and more best of 3 will help that. Going to the format, what we do know about Vault Warrior, the fact that you're going to be playing 2 rounds to make top cut. That's 2 separate days. That's a little bit of going back to the player skill, because it's just the more consistent player will have the better records across the average of 2 days. So those are most likely to get to the top 32. We do know that. So I think that's a step in the right direction. And then we can have alternate formats in Vault Warrior. I wish we would have actually know anything more than that at this point. some of those are supposed to be starting in March, and it is now halfway through January.
And we know nothing.
We know nothing. Like, I don't know where I should be getting flights to. Right. I don't know when I should be requesting time off work. I mean, some people are running out of days, so I know that's affecting some people on my team. It's affecting me personally.
Lucky for me, I'm getting a fresh set of downs, basically. For those of you who don't know, I did get a few people asking me, DMing me on Twitter, kind of about, I don't know if I shared this too much on last week's episode, but I will on this week's episode, because recently I was let go from my job, basically due to the fact of I had a new job. I got a new job. I was actually quitting, and I'm in sales. And in sales, once you get a new job, your time with your old job's kind of done. Like, there's not much you're really going to do. A lot of the times you're not paid your commission until maybe it needs to be installed or needs to be delivered and signed for. There's a lot of different things. So really your last 2 weeks are useless to the company you're working for. So, but I didn't really say anything because at the time I knew I had the job, but today I had to go through what is a script reading. So basically they gave me a big page of stuff that I had to memorize and go in and do this script reading. If I did the script reading, I got to go to the training. I'm happy to say that the script reading went off without a hitch today. So cool. I will be headed down to Illinois next week for my first round of training with this new company. So I'm super stoked. Number one, I get to kind of travel a little bit. It's not too far, but it's a week, in a hotel, paid for, not by me. The only thing that's kind of crazy is I'm going next week, starting Monday. So really kind of wanted to get into this week. Obviously, next week I won't be here, so I'm going to have Z hopefully find somebody else who can record, and then I'll do the editing. So it'll probably be out later than normal. But we're going to try to get an episode out for you guys next week. Like I said, it's probably going to be out later than normal just due to I won't be here. I won't be here to record it and do all that fun stuff. So we'll kind of go from there, play it by ear on next week, maybe do a shorter episode. But then number two, there's a Prime in Illinois.
That is awesome.
The day after I go home.
Oh.
I'm going to go. Like, I've got a ride down there. We're gonna all carpool together. But I'm like, oh boy, I get to go home Friday to turn around and go back to Illinois on Saturday for a Prime.
Why wouldn't you just stay?
Well, I mean, I guess I could pay for an extra night at the hotel, I guess. But the hotel where I'm staying is actually an hour and a half away from, it's in Grays Lake. So it's an hour and a half away from where I'm staying, which is about the equidistance from my house to Grays Lake anyways. So there's not a big difference. Plus, after a week, you want to get home, see your kids, see your family, see your wife. Of course. All that kind of fun stuff. So I'm excited. I will be vlogging it up, hopefully. I know, again, a lot of people ask me about the one deck challenge. I'm sorry. Obviously, now you understand why some things have been a bit crazy for me as of late and why I haven't been able to do it. It's just, part of the rodeo, part of the sales game that I had to do. And obviously, my as much as I love you guys, I got to take care of the family. I got to put food in the kids' mouths and make sure that they're taken care of as well. And I wouldn't expect anything different from anybody else. So got to take care of them. I do have some episodes I filmed on TCO while I was playing in All for One Gaming, one of his tournaments, while I was off that week. So I played in one of his tournaments. I played the same deck, our Coral. I ended up going 3-1 with it, which isn't bad. Okay. Somehow I took 5th, but 3-1. So not that there was a bunch of other 4-0s in front of me. The entire field and top was 3-1, but I took 5th. So
3-1 still sounds better than 4-2.
Yeah, I think it was only 4 rounds. And that's
not a random. Well, in most cases, that's not a random deck I cracked and decided to play with.
Yeah, but I will. I got some videos coming out. And then, real quick, we'll get into kind of the reversal stats. How's your reversal going for you?
I played only one game. So the vault kept me.
Yeah. By the
busy.
way, you need to play another game this week.
Yes, boss. But that one game I lost, but it was real close. My opponent Chaos portaled into ammonia clouds to clear my board, in which I was about to reap the victory. It happens even in reversal. Sometimes the Crucible just says you lose. But I am excited to face up with my next two opponents. Some scheduling issues because I think one of them is Britain, so we'll get it done. I'll get my games.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if I said this last week or not, but man, I really thought I had a solid reversal deck. Looking at what I had and everybody else, I mean, you look at it, the stats are horrid. You're like, man, this is just garbage. But then you give it to another player, and I've realized, you want to know what I did? I gave up a deck with too many creatures. So I gave him a deck that it can't generate Ember just by playing, but it can generate Ember by critters. And I gave him a deck with just too many of them. And if there's no board clear, it's game over. It's lights out. It's over.
Yeah.
So
that can be the kiss of death in reversal. You can't give your opponent too many creatures.
But let's get into your new tournament. If you guys maybe you're not in the Discord, maybe you are in the Discord already. Z added a new section today to the Discord. It is the ZOM. So that is what, Z Online Market, right? That's what that stands for.
So I don't talk about it I don't think I've ever talked about it on the show almost. But yes, I do have my own Keyforge store. It's been doing pretty well over the year. It's been almost 1 year since I started selling decks on Decks of Keyforge. But we're doing okay. We've got some excess that I can kind of do an event for. It is a paid event, so it's $8.50. Originally, I think I had it at $10, but I was just looking at the numbers, and because I do have plenty of decks to spare, I bumped it down to $8.50. It's going to be run through challenge. We're going to put the links up in the bottom of the cast when you read it.
Yeah, I'll put it down in the show notes, as well as if you're in the Discord. Do you have you have the challenge links in there. If you're part of the Discord, you guys can always find our Discord. In every show we do, there is an invite link. I think it just says Discord. If you click on that link, it will invite you into the server. Z has his tournament set up in there for challenge. Then we've been doing the reversal now, and I'm having fun doing it. So I think we're going to kind of maybe, I don't know, poll the community every other month to kind of make another league of some sort. I think we're going to continue maybe the reversal until that ship has sailed and people are like, I can't play crappy decks anymore. I just can't do it.
Yeah. I mean, we can wrap up the reversal league, and then hopefully by the end of that league, we'll know what Vault Warrior is, and maybe give some people a chance to practice for that.
Right.
We will know what the formats will be, hopefully soon.
Yeah, because really this whole thing started because, I thought there was a really solid chance that we're going to end up playing reversal at Worlds. And
I think that's a potential shot, as at least one of the teammates can be doing. I doubt all three people will be playing reversal at the time, but I think there's a really strong chance that one of them.
Yeah, absolutely. So, get on a challenge and get Z. I don't know how you doing it. Are you doing it PayPal? How are people getting your money?
So it's all done. I think it's done through Stripe because that's what challenge uses. But yeah, you can. I think you can pay with PayPal once you're logged in there through the challenge thing. Right now, there's a cash prize for every first place. The more people we get, the better. If we can get up to 49 people, the person who comes in first will get $100. And then after that, it's going to be choice selections from stuff from my store, all the way up to a $50 deck and a bunch of decks to make a cube or whatever you want to do with it. You'll get to pick from my store for the rest of the prices, but in all tiers, the minimum count is 8. So as long as we get at least 8, the first place will get some direct PayPal amount paid back to them. And hopefully this does well. If it does, I can keep doing stuff like that, and we can. see how it goes.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a few things we wanted to get into this week. Lately, Keyforge has been a slow animal for news. There's really been none, really. I mean,
yeah.
We can talk about the news. We got
was super fun, but that's not like news. It's just, well, we've had like 20 of these.
Yeah, I mean, and a vault is a vault. Like, we know what it is. Really, the only thing we're looking for a lot of the times is what format is it. This week we got interesting news. And not really interesting like, oh, that's actually, that piques my interest. We got not Vault Warrior news this week. Not anything really, not new set news. Kinda did. We got an announcement for an announcement.
Yeah. So this is like a new age thing, right? Like if they're gonna come out with a movie, they're gonna announce that they are going to announce that the release date will be. It's I don't know.
Yeah. So this week, FFG released an article on their website giving all the dates of when they're going to announce new stuff.
Yeah, we don't get Vault Warrior schedules. We get announcement schedules of announcements.
So literally right now we're looking at January 30th. We will have the new set announcement, which we I don't know. Did the leak kind of ruin it for you?
No. I mean, what was it? Mass
mutation is that might have been a working name or a code name. Magic's well known for making code names and kind of fake names for sets. So, I mean, I can imagine that a Brad or FFG would do the same.
I mean, like, that definitely sounds like a set name.
Yeah.
I would be shocked if that is not the name of the new set.
Especially when you look at, like, some of the new, like, what I can only imagine. We saw the leaks of, like, the new sleeves and the new Prime, like, prizes, and new store championship prizes and stuff like that. They all kind of look like it's two houses melded together. I mean, the guy from Sanctum looks like he could be from Sanctum, but he's got a little bit of Star Alliance in him.
Yeah, like I'm excited to see. I mean, the working theory is that Sanctum is coming back. I am super pumped to see what the words mass mutation kind of mean and how they are affecting the cards and lore.
I'm working on like this. Again, I think it's the same theory. I might have shared it. I might not have. I really think it's going to be kind of a mixture of houses. Now we look at the one. It's a guy you can pretty much tell he's from Dis, right? Mm. Like he's got that art style, that demon-y look, kind of darker, purpley look to him. But he also looks like he could be, if he wasn't so dark and purpley and was more bright and vibrant, he could be from Untamed. So I'm thinking this is going to be a set that kind of crosses lines. There's going to be like some Untamed type things in Dis. Maybe Untamed has some Dis stuff in it. You know, there's going to be some Sanctum.
I can definitely see them muddying like house identities, because at this point, like they've expanded on quite a bit what they are. I could see them dabbling a lot. I'm interested to see what they actually do with Sanctum the most, but yeah, I would like to see some different spins on what we've already been. I
mean, I think this is the next step, right? So we've already kind of like, we established basically what every house does, right? Shadow steals, Sanctum captures, Dis does like Ember removal, and
they disrupt.
They disrupt. That's actually really good. I like that. Saurians exalt to do certain things.
Yeah, they're bored. They build big board.
Right. We've established that, and I think we're gonna get like some crossing. Where like maybe if you get like a Dis Untamed type deal, they're gonna work really well together. You know, you're gonna have like two houses that work really well together, and maybe your third house that, you know, there's gonna be synergies between the houses now.
I am hoping quite a bit that they're going to do more of the algorithm stuff that they had hinted at the very beginning. So far in the current set, we've kind of seen that with the blasters and the unfortunate brews. But the more what I'm talking about, although I don't necessarily like them that much, is the shadows plants. The shadows, like obviously the other house had to be in the deck for that to happen. And we kind of saw that back when we saw the ambassadors out of AOA. I want to see more of that. I mean, hopefully better versions than the ambassadors plants. But I really, really like that idea that these cards don't exist in this way unless something else entirely, as in another house in the deck, is also present and doing a certain thing. I would like to see stuff like that. Like maybe not specifically the way they're doing it now, but maybe like we've had special cards tied to one another, but like inside the same house, like Vellum and Hide. But I would like to see like a iteration of the Evid and Onyx Knight that would be in two different houses, but can only exist if both those houses are there. Like I would like to see that kind of interaction going on on that kind of level, because that's the benefit of the way their algorithm works and how unique this game is. They can do stuff that can't be replicated across another card game. Like it's at least not in this way.
I think you'll see more of it as we kind of move along with the sets. And the reason I say that is because you got to remember a lot of this technology that they're using right now is super new. Like this hasn't been done before. This kind of game is it breaks the mold, really. Yeah. So it's new. So a lot of this stuff that you want to see, and I'm not saying other people don't want to see it, because I want to see it too. I think it's going to take time for them to write the script and implement the script so that it works.
Yes, and I know there were people that I thought that's how it was to be from Go, and that's just not what happened. But yeah, like that kind of stuff is what I want the most. I want to see, like, just to give an example, like I want to see a Maverick flip into another house, and then the words on the card change. Like I want War Drummer to be able to be Maverick into Dis, and then say Dis creatures and not Bromnar creatures. Like that would be amazing.
Yeah, or Demon or something like that.
Yeah, like something like that. Yeah, so like if they could start getting the algorithm to do stuff on that level, like that would just take it up to a whole nother like echelon of what this game is bringing. I think it's already great. Obviously, we spend all this time talking and playing and traveling to play this game. I just think it hasn't even gotten close to its
potential
for what it can bring.
I think it's going to happen. I think, but just some things we're going to have to be a little more patient on. Just due to the fact of, and I guess now is the time we can kind of talk about it. I don't want to get too into details on it, but we do know that FFG actually it's not really a secret. At least I don't think it is. FFG had layoffs. Mm-hmm. We don't know why. I don't know if this is something that happens every year. I don't know. And I'm not going to speculate on it because nobody's going to tell me one way or the other.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is they did lay people off. We do know some of the people. We don't know the others. But, it's going to take time for that stuff to get implemented. Now, I guess yours and my biggest frustration at this current time, and we alluded to it kind of already, is Vault Warrior.
Yes.
Vault Warrior is literally, we'll say at best, 2 months away.
Yeah, because the only thing that we know right now, or at the beginning, was that we expect the Vault Warrior season to start in March.
Sometime in March, and it was going to start overseas.
Yes.
That's not, we're looking at probably April, and I'm almost positive, I'd have to go find the video. But they said March was going to be, Vault Warrior was going to start overseas and was going to start at the end of March. And then we could expect one in the States in April. April's not that far away either. If you think about it, April's right around the corner. This year I shouldn't even say this year. Last year flew by. It was, flown and gone.
Yeah.
We're already in 2020.
I do feel post-Gen Con things like have a little bit of a lull, but as soon as Worlds Collide hit in November, it's been bang, bang, bang. It's just the excitement level. We've got the leaderboards. Primes are firing all over the place every Saturday. It's what we talked about. Things are kicking up, and here we are though. It's 2020, and like the next thing that was supposed to that next level of excitement and competition was Vault Warrior, and I'm supposed to, I only have X amount of days to take off before I start getting docked or whatever, right?
Right.
Yeah, and I don't know when I'm supposed to take those days or what city I need to be in. I'm not alone in this because
I say guess. Just guess. Show up in a city. Be like, I'm here for the Vault Warrior.
Is there a Vault Warrior here? Well, and even that, like, we're supposed, like, I'm a TO. I used to be at a TO at like 2 places, but it's only one now, and we fire once or twice a week. And we would like to fire Vault Warrior tryouts to get people free entry. But if we don't know when the qualifiers are, or what that means to even host, or the format for the tryouts, that's obviously not getting set up right now.
Yeah, and it's difficult. FFG does really good at... I'm trying to say this in a way, and I think I'm just going to come out and say it point blank. FFG does really good at some things when it comes down to communication. When it comes to releasing a new product, I'm never going to say we don't know what the new products would be and what to expect. Because we kind of always do. We always know what to expect. We know about where the price points are going to be, and we know what the new product is. Yeah. However, when it comes to organized play, and I think, and this is no knock on Alex, I know Alex, the dude is a hard worker, all right? And I know he likes to have his ducks in a row before he comes out and says anything. He's very, very meticulous that way, where he wants to have duck 1, duck 2, and duck 3 all in the same place at the same time, at the same moment on the timeline before he says he gives anything away. Because remember, in March, right? Or no, is it April Worlds? April's Worlds.
May is Worlds.
May is Worlds. Oh my goodness, my time is all. Worlds isn't that far away either. And the only thing we really honestly know about Worlds is that it's going to be a team event.
Well, we know the dates too.
We know the dates, but
the formats would be nice to know too. They've kind of told us a little bit about Vault Warrior, but the biggest thing is the dates. Like, this is starting. I mean, like, at some point, if they release an April date that's the first half of April, not only is there already what is it? That's the California Vault in there. They have to dodge that. Mm-hmm. If people have already booked travel from the East Coast to California for that event, they're talking quite a bit of expense, quite a bit of travel, family stuff, maybe work stuff, because you probably can't get back to the East Coast Sunday night, or else it'd be 2 a.m. or something. So, like, the odds that didn't be able to make the trip the next weekend, like, it's getting to the point where they would have needed to know already so that they could have made a choice between the Vault and the Vault Warrior if they're not actually the same weekend at the same place, which is a possibility, and then there's no big issue much at all. I was going to
say, they did talk about Vault Warrior and Vault Tour kind of going, I guess, hand in hand.
They did, but, like, here's another problem with that. We know Vault Warrior is 3 days. If I, like, for me, example, I've already purchased flight tickets to California and Chicago for the Vault, which means I fly there Friday.
Right.
Then I'm there Friday. Saturday and Sunday. But the Vault Warrior starts Friday,
you're not there.
Already jacked. Like,
right. And let me tell you, them airlines don't give 2 squirts.
No,
if you have to cancel your flight.
So, like, in some ways, it's, well, at least for people that have already booked their travel, it could be way worse that the Vault Warrior is actually the same weekend.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because of, as you said, like, they don't like to change those flights. And
well, it's not they don't like to change them. Like, if you got to cancel a flight, the airline basically goes, okay, well, we can cancel that flight for you. And it's like, do I get my money back? And airlines are like, oh, no, that's not the way that works. Like,
I mean, there's normally something. There might be a charge or whatever, but
Right.
it just depends on the airline and what you book. Like the cheapest ones, no.
Yeah. The cheapest ones, which I'm assuming a lot of people are taking, the more economical versions if they're going from vault tour to vault tour to vault tour to vault tour to vault tour. You know, I mean, you got to kind of be a little economical about them. Yeah. So I'm assuming like some of those people are, you know, really taking some cheaper flights, which again, you're not getting your money back, which kind of, you know, which sucks. So I guess we're looking for more information. I messaged Alex the other day and I didn't even get an answer. Normally he'll say something to me, and it was just a hello. Haven't talked to you in a while, man. Just check it in, see how you're doing. You know, I do that for the guys from time to time. Just kind of check in on them, see how they're doing. You know, everything good? How's life treating you? You know, just kind of friendly stuff, you know. But he didn't answer me, so I'm assuming he is busy trying to get,
you know, stuff this weekend. He was in Albany. He was at the vault.
It was just the other day. It was just a couple days ago. Okay. So it wasn't this weekend.
He's a good Keyforge player, by the way, for what it's worth.
Well, I saw Grant won his deck.
Yeah. Yep.
So is that deck, is it good? I've looked at it. I think his was one of the better ones out of everybody's.
I didn't look at it long enough, but yeah, I think it was one of the better ones we saw. But hey, head of OP, so right.
Yeah. I mean, we love Alex, we love Brad. They're both good guys. You know, nothing really bad to say about them. I know they're
great people.
They're working hard to get us what we need. We just wish we had more. I mean, even of the breadcrumbs, kind of just to keep us going. Not even really to keep us going, just to kind of keep us informed and like let us know that like, yes, this is something we're working on. This is something we're looking into. We know you want more information. We just can't give it to you. And maybe that's our fault. Maybe we should blame you and me because, I mean, we haven't had him on in a few months now. I mean, last time we had him on was the ruling changes, right?
Mm-hmm.
After the big announcement for Vault Warrior. So, I mean, maybe blame us because we haven't had Alex on in a while. But still, good guy. Dig him. Maybe I'll get with him and see, hey, do you want to come on? Just kind of let us know what's going on, maybe for like a 10, 15, 20-minute segment or something like that. Nothing, you know, crazy. We're not going to take any like crazy OP questions or anything. Just come on and kind of give us the 411 on look what you guys are working on and where we're headed. So,
hey, we can always try, see what he says.
Absolutely. But maybe I'll message him this week and kind of figure out what's going on with that one. I guess really it's time to kind of wrap it up. We haven't been going for too long, only 40 minutes, which is crazy. I feel like I've been talking a lot for 40 minutes.
Yeah, but as you said, like there's not a whole lot of news, just news about future news. And we'll keep playing the Reversal League, keep playing Keyforge, getting ready for those primes in your local areas.
Get ready
for
Worlds. Go out
to stores, support the game. I hear a lot of people talking about like this area is booming and crazy, but then this area is not. So if you're in one of those areas that's not, like gather your buds that you're just playing with, the two of you, go up to the store and start showing people the game.
Yeah, hang out. Nothing wrong with that.
But yeah, as far as this weekend, if you're not doing anything, you want to come try to win some decks, win some money, I've got my tournament. It is, I don't think I said the time earlier. It's going to be 7 p.m. Central Time on Saturday, this Saturday. You'll sign up through Challenge, which you can find all the links to in the bottom of our podcast post and on our Discord in the ZOM channel. That's ZOM. And I will be running it on Saturday.
Yeah, and make sure you guys follow us on all our social media, guys. We really do a lot. I do a lot of different social medias. We have a TikTok. It's at Archon's Corner. We have a Instagram. It's at Archon's Corner. We have a Twitter now at Archon's Corner. We got a Facebook, all that fun stuff. And Z, why don't you tell us who's going to be leading that up for us?
So yes, my sister, her name is Vaughn. Some of you have seen her with me at some vaults we've gone to. She is our new, what do we call it? Social media
manager. So she's kind of helping us up. It's a lot for me to do, and I was doing it for a while. A really poor job, but I was doing it for a while. Try to just kind of, I guess, promote the streams. You know, Jupiter does a stream every Thursday. well, every Thursday I might not be available to kind of pimp out his stream everywhere. You know, and those dates are going to change too coming in 2020. We're going to all sit down and kind of talk about where we want the streaming to be and all that fun stuff. So again, even more important to follow these. You know, I set up the TikTok kind of for, you know, kind of maybe like fun little short videos while we're doing some stuff at like Vault Tours and Primes and Store Championships and all these fun little kind of, I guess you could say, you know, just when we're at events, hanging out with people. Same thing with Instagram. I post my family on there. I don't know if Z wants to post his family on there. He's more than welcome to. I don't know. That's up to you. We could talk about that later. But, I mean, I just kind of post all sorts of stuff on there, just kind of giving you, like, an insight to, like, yes, me and Z are also people that really, truly do exist out in the world, as opposed to just two floating heads that talk on Friday nights or Friday evenings, whatever.
I don't know about you, man, but I meet lots of people. People come. I've seen a lot of our listeners in person, so I met some new ones this weekend.
Yeah, you get out to the vaults more than I do. Hopefully, with this new job, fingers crossed. One of the reasons I did leave my old job was pay. But hopefully, with this new job, I will be able to make it to more vaults. So that was one of the reasons for me leaving. Is I wanted more money, and I wanted the opportunity to make more money, and I think this job will give it to me. So hopefully I'll be able to get out, see you guys. I see you guys. I mean, Primes is really where I've seen you guys. I've seen a ton of people out at the Primes, so I want to do more of that. I want to do more of the YouTube, all this stuff. It's just I gotta find the time, and that's why the social media lets us kind of quick put blurbs out there to you guys and kind of keep in touch. Best way to get in contact with us, I would say, is our Discord. I'm kind of always popping in there from time to time to see what's going on. But, you know, if you want to get in touch with us, play some games or whatever, I would say Discord's the easiest way.
For sure.
But, you know, kind of all the little announcements we release on our social medias. I don't really release them in Discord. I put it in the social media, so kind of make sure with that. And, the T-shirt contest is still going on, so I haven't checked the inbox as of recent, but the T-shirt contest is still going on for the Bingo Bang Bang playmat. So if you want your chance to win a Bingo Bang Bang playmat, just send us a T-shirt design. And not only that, I will buy you your T-shirt design and send it to you, so you'll have your very own T-shirt of whatever it is you designed. So I think that's pretty cool. Fun, so. Anything else we need to get into before we pack it in?
I think that's it. What's up next for me? Next weekend, I'm going to go support my locals and play in a Prime. Probably won't be winning that many games just because I'm going to show up and play for fun, be with the people from my region because it's in Dallas. Which is weird because 2 weeks before their vault is Dallas's Prime. So whatever, I'm going to be in Dallas.
I know a lot of those, like, for whatever reason, like the vaults really align with the Primes. You're not the first one to say that.
Yeah, it's kind of strange. So not this weekend, but the next weekend I'll be in Dallas doing that, and then 2 weeks later is the Dallas Vault, which is sealed, which is fun. I typically do really well at sealed. Will we see you there, Wookie? You make it down to Texas?
When is Texas again? My dates are all out of whack.
February 8th and 9th is the Saturday.
Ooh, 100% no. Okay. I will be at a Prime in Madison, Wisconsin. I'm not sure. It's a place called, I think it's called I Am Bored Games. And yeah, it's a clever name. But I will be at that Prime trying to still... I know I'm already kind of in, but I want my own. You know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, I want the cool box, and I kind of want the playmat. I guess
the keys are nice.
The keys, I'm all about keys, man. I've got a key collection. You got some new keys though, right?
They're not as nice as my new swag keys. The new
those are nice.
Playstyle keys are. You probably saw them if you saw the stream from Albany because Luke was using them.
Mm-hmm.
They're fantastic. They definitely catch the eye. When you flip it over, it's like one of the old slammers, like bam, here it
Pog.
is. Got the key.
That's what I thought about. It was a Pog. I'm like, those look like Pogs.
Pog Slimmer luxury playstyle key.
They're
but no,
fantastic.
I really like them a lot. I think my favorite token is still the award token. But yeah, I'm super happy with LP and their support of Mike and me. It's been pretty cool.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for us for this week. Don't forget, next week, Z will be on with somebody else, not me. So, you guys have a good week. Go forge some keys. We're out.
I like the way you work it.